All right, everybody, good morning. Finally got a chance to make this video like I've been trying to do as I'm getting a phone call right now from somebody from the team. All right, guys, we're going to build a playbook. This should answer all of your questions that you may have. Since playbooks are due in a few days, wanted to go through and just build one together, okay? So if I've got two plays in iPro, I'd go to iPro, I'd type in 90 all slants and strong ISO. Now the strong ISO is a run, so I would mark that. You'll notice that a run was added when I categorized it as a run down here. That helps keep track of your passes and runs, not only for you, but for the league. Mark this as a pass, and again, you see that the pass lit up. You've got your run-pass ratio, 50-50 with 2 total plays. We're not adding and dropping anything just yet. And then your run-pass ratio is over here for what you want it to be in the hex editor. All right, so that's iPro. All right, now let's say iJokers. We have 4 plays. And let's go with the fade. All right, so I'm going to go to iJokers. Weak ISO. It's a run, so I'm going to mark it as such. 90 tight end slam. It's a pass. Strong power is a run. 90x LOB fade is a pass. All of my numbers properly reflected here in this graph and this graph because I mark them and designate them with an X. If you don't do that, then you're not going to be able to, it's not going to calculate your plays correctly. All right, now let's say that since iJokers has more than 3 plays, I actually want to designate 90x LOB fade as my audible. Okay, so you can do this in one of 2 ways. You can go to the audibles page and type in iJokers and then take the 3 plays that you want, weak ISO, 90 tight end slam. By the way, I'm just Control C and Control V-ing, guys. And 90x LOB fade to be your audibles. Or you can designate your audible by simply making it the 3rd play in your book. Your top 3 plays, if you do not enter anything on the audibles page, will be considered your designated audibles. So you can organize your book here so that you have your 3 audibles as what you want, or you can go through each formation that has more than 3 plays to put the audibles in. Now it's very important when you make changes, you need to make those changes here. Again, it says highlight changes green. So it's important that, and I just realized that my cursor was not, I don't think maybe being picked up because I was on my other screen. But the changes need to be made here. So if, for example, on iJokers you decide that I don't want 90 tight end slam as my audible, I want strong power, then you would take 90 tight end slam out. You would put strong power in, and then you would change that box to green to reflect that that is a change. The league will automatically take out whatever play that is gone, and we'll put that new audible in. Okay, so we've got a couple of formations in. We're going to go to iJokers flip pair, and we want to put 6 plays in. Let's get a couple passes. All right, there's our 6 plays. So we've got strong power, weak ISO, 50 tight end corner, strong toss, 90 tight end speed out, and I'm out of space. So what do? You're going to go over to this number on this row to highlight the row. Now, you always want to highlight the row that you want to put your content in. So for example, I want to put in 58 screen week into this right below this play, but I can't because this row is in the way. So I highlight the row that I want to put text in. I right click it. I go to insert one above and I select it. That will automatically put a new row in so I can type in 58 screen week. And then text is a little bit out of sorts. The text is the text of this, right? It's the exact, it's not this formatting, which is Calibri 8. It's this formatting, which is Calibri 10. So you could either simply just go in, change the size, unbold it, and then be done with it. Or if you'd rather not mess with that formatting, you can instead click on the row of text above where you want to type, click one below. Now you've got the text formatting of the box as you wanted. Okay, so 58 screen week is a pass, 90 tight end speed out is a pass, strong toss is a run, corner is a pass, ISO is a run, power is a run. Again, your plays are reflected and your run pass ratio is reflected. Now, what we can do, somebody asked about this quarterback box. We can change that to be an audible box because the quarterback box is no longer necessary. There was formerly a rule in the league that forced you to run to just your running back and fullback, but now that we have confirmation the quarterback sneaks are in fact called, and other types of quarterback runs are in fact called, that rule is not necessary. So you could actually mark your audibles here, as I suggested, if you would prefer, by again marking them with an X. Let's say strong power is your ISO play. Now I've got 3 audibles. You should have 3 audibles for each play. So in case you're unaware, change this formula here real quick. There we go. In case you're unaware of, oh, do I have 3 audibles for every play or for every formation? If I have this many formations, I should have this many audibles. Your audibles can be tracked there. So that's an adjustment that we will make that should have been made on the previous version of this book. No big sweat, no harm, no foul. Okay, so we've shown how to add lines to your books. We've shown how to put your audibles in by selecting X. We've also shown how to select pass plays and run plays. Okay, so I'm not going to make a full book, but now we're going to make adjustments like we have a full book. Okay, so here's your adds and drops. So this is what you would do, okay, if you're an owner. Your week 1 playbook is finished. So what you're going to do is you're going to file download as. You can either download it as an Excel file, an open document format, or a PDF. The league can open any 3 of those formats. So let's just do it as a PDF for now. Okay, so it's going to list it here. And just a second. All right, my apologies. Do not save them as a PDF format because it's it will only do each individual um, tab, which I was unaware of. So please do either Microsoft Excel or Open Document format. Okay. So we're going to do Excel, and you're going to download your book to your computer. So let's put these on the desktop. And let me get another. It won't show. Anyway, I saved this book to my desktop and I called it Week 1. Okay. So now you've got your Week 1 book. That is what you would drag into Discord. So if I'm in Discord and I'm Oklahoma City, I would hit the download button and then I would go to my desktop and I would attach this Week 1 book. Okay. So now you've attached your Week 1 book for the league. It's Week 2 now. You need to make some adjustments. So how do you properly showcase those adjustments? Well, here's what you do. Let's say that I want to take out weak ISO from iJokers and I want to put in weak toss. I would not delete weak ISO because then the league has to hunt for which play you deleted. And if you have 15 plays in your book in that formation, that could get very, very complicated. So weak ISO, you're going to highlight red. And you're going to put an X in this minus column. You'll see that your drops are now 1. And I should have done that first. You're going to highlight the whole thing red, so we know that you're removing that play from your book. Okay, weak toss is a run. That's what you're adding. So you would put an X in the plus column, like so. You would highlight it green. Well, because you're losing an audible, you need to replace that audible with another audible. So you would delete that X so that your audibles go down. Otherwise, your audible numbers will be out of whack. If I wanted to select 90X LOB fade as an audible, it's not a new play, but it is a new audible. I would highlight that green as well. So now the league knows that you have a new play, that you have a remove play, and that you have a new audible to replace an old audible. Okay, you have one add and one drop. Let's say that those are the only changes that we've made this week. Now that the playbook is submitted, now that the playbook is ready to be submitted, I should say, I would now download this file. Okay, once I download this file, I would name that file Week 2. And I'm sure everyone will come up with their own system, whether they put it in a folder on their desktop, all sorts of things. All right, so we've named it now Week 2. So when I go to Discord, I would attach Week 2. Now, once I've attached Week 2, I'm going to open back up Week 2. Why? Because I need to delete this play from my book. Delete the play and reset the color of the row to white, or of the column selected to white. You now have no drops, as you see, because you deleted it. And I'm also going to clear that because it is now in my book. Clear this audible because it's now in my book. No ads, no drops. This is my current updated playbook, and then I would re-download that file and save over the week 2 that you submitted to the league. You can't do this step before you submit because then the league doesn't know what you've dropped or add. But you can do this step immediately after you submit the book to the league, as long as you are sending the league files. Do not send the league a link to your Google Sheet if you are using Google Sheets instead of Excel because you don't have Excel. I don't have Excel. So I'm going to be using Google Sheets to open up all of your documents. If you send a Google Sheets link, you will be constantly overwriting everything you've done previously, and you will have no past data, and neither will the league, of what you've made, what adjustments you've made from week to week. That's very bad if your playbook gets out of whack and we need to know where a mistake was made. So we've gone through the process of adding plays, of adding rows so that your book can be made, of adding pass plays and run plays, of selecting whether you're adding or dropping a play, highlighting cells, placing your audibles, again, either in this offensive category or in this audibles category. Either one is fine with me. Your defensive audibles will go here, and your no-huddle audibles will go here. If one of your no-huddle audibles, for example, is iJoker's 90 tight end slam, you would list the formation here, and you would list the play here. Easy enough. Again, if you have a change to your no-huddle audibles, you would highlight it in green when submitting it to the league. Okay? So there's where your audibles can be selected. They also can be selected here using this new sheet, which I will attach in the description of this video. Defense works exactly the same way. Let's do a little defense. I'm adding 4-3, 4 plays, razor left, pinch, too hard, too soft. Oh, missed a cell there. All right. Bear, base, buck sting 0, strong fire 0. All right, go down to bear. Base. Now, some people in the past would just put buck sting. It's not good enough. We're looking for the full play. Do not miss any part of your play, because there may be a play called buck sting in there that you don't realize, and then we put in the wrong play. Strong fire 0. All right, now let's say that I want to erase too soft. I put in a minus. You can see that the drop is added, but for added effect, we want to highlight that. And then I want to add into 4-3, 3 strong. That adds the play in. I highlight that. 1 add, 1 drop for a total of 7 plays. You would submit this to the league. Once you've submitted it to the league, go back into your book and take out the fact that these are adds and subtracts so that you have 0 adds, 0 drops, and you have your full book. Okay? So offense and defense work exactly the same. It'll keep track of how many adds and drops you have so that you're not going over the limit. Errors and changes. If one of your user players says, my skin tone is wrong, you would simply say, Bill Stevens, skin tone needs to be changed to skin tone 5. Let's say that Kim Jones face mask change from 2 to 11. All right, and then if you have a new player on your team, you would type in their player name, Richard Wise, position, jersey number, skin tone, equipment, let's say visor, elbow pad 5, gloves 1. If you need more space, you go up to this H and you wait until you get this little seesaw and you double click. Actually, my mistake. You would click and drag until everything can be seen. If you're on an Apple, it may be a little different in terms of your movements with the mouse. I'm not an Apple guy. Obviously, this would be Discord so that we know who's who, what's what. We also need, that I'm going to add now that I'm just thinking about it. By the way, if you ever need to merge cells, you would highlight all the cells, come up here, and merge them. You also need to put which player was replaced. If the player replaced this Johnny English, now we know who he's filling in for. Okay. If you have 2 new players, highlight all of this, right click or control Apple if you're on an Apple, copy, go down here to an empty cell, right click, paste, and you now have a second one that you can submit. Okay. So you've got all of your error reports, your new players, your audibles. Again, you can put offensive audibles here or here. I think it may actually be easier for some if we set up an audible system here, but it's completely up to you. What's important to the league is that we have accurate audibles each and every week, and we want teams to understand the importance of audibles because the computer will call on audibles fairly frequently, especially if they're playing in a game that they're playing a very tough defensive opponent and they have to make adjustments on the fly. You've got all of your defensive formations. Oh, and by the way, I did add gun king spread. So all of the formations and everywhere are listed. I went in and confirmed all of that. All right, so I'll delete these. I'll post this video. You'll have this blank book now down in the description for you to use. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope this cleared up any and all of your questions about how the submission process will work for this season.